My name is Claudia, and if you have not joined us before, we go live on Instagram Monday through Friday and give you guys a first look at the new app called Dodles. Excuse me. Dodles is a new animation app that makes it fast, fun, and easy for you to draw, animate, and share what you create with your friends. I didn't put anything up in the Instagram story. I was just doing some research on what the most popular New Year's resolutions are. I think I'll ask you guys tomorrow what your New Year's resolutions are, or if you even believe in them. So make sure that you stay tuned for that. But one of the most popular New Year's resolutions is to eat healthy. So I just started making a dodl using the photo import tool to make a bunch of healthy looking foods. And then I'm just going to write like New Year's resolution and that kind of stuff. But I can show you a little bit of what I have done so far because, yeah, I just think it's cool to like make those little detailed items. So let's get started. So the picture that I based it off of is this one. I just found it on the internet. It's just a bunch of healthy food: tomatoes, dark chocolate, Brussels sprouts, broccoli, nuts, lemons, turmeric, or no, that's ginger, excuse me, beans, blueberries, avocado, oats, honey, onion, spinach, and I think that's salmon. So what I have so far is just a bunch of fruits and vegetables, and I started working on a couple of nuts. So all that I did was I set the picture behind, and then I start making them by doing the top layer of whatever I want that to look like. So here you can see that I've already done this hazelnut. I drew the top layer for the colors, and then I went behind and added some more shading. Then I put that final shape. So even with the cashew, you can see that there's a lot of different colors going on there. This top layer to give it like the texture that cashews have. And then I did the outline shape and grouped that all together. Started working on some blueberries. Might make a couple of those. So I'm not going to use all of the foods in this dodl. I'm just going to use a couple of them. But I think it might be interesting to make a couple pieces of dark chocolate. And this might be a challenge because it's like a pretty flat color-wise. So getting that shading right might be a little bit difficult. But what I'm going to do is go to my color picker, see if I can line that up. Oh yeah, that's not bad. I'm going to change the opacity to 100% and keep that at 0. And I think I'm going to turn on that ruler tool. Okay, so we've got that first line, and we've got that second line. Now, I think I'll turn on the eraser, turn off the ruler, and then go in and just, oh gosh, eraser, and just adjust that a little bit. Looks good to me. And then I'll just leave that as its own layer. Then I'm going to use that color picker again. So this color right here is like a washed out gray, grayish brown. So I'm going to make that size a little bit bigger so it fills up that space. I'm going to make this almost fully, opaque, not see-through. And that you can see that that color picking isn't perfect, but it's a lot closer than if I were just to guess on my own. So go to that next color, fill in some of that. Go back over here, just using that color picker to be like a guide. And that's kind of purpley, so I'm just going to drag this around a little bit until I find something that's more brown to my liking. Well, it's still kind of purpley. And what I might end up doing is going over all of it with like a brown, a darker brown, so that you understand that it's like a dark chocolate, and not so that it just looks as washed out. But so we've got the start of that shading. I'm going to adjust that brown a little bit so that it's darker. Change the opacity to really light like 30 is probably my favorite go-to. I'm just gonna, and I honestly don't think that's dark enough for our dark chocolate, so we'll try that. But then you need to go back in. Yeah, it's weird because I want this to be like dark chocolate covered without it being black, so let's try. Yeah, that's better. Go over that whole thing. And although that one stripe does look kind of purpley, it's not the end of the world. So we're just filling all that in. Looks pretty good to me. Okay. So now if we take that picture away, we can see what kind of areas are missing. And that is just gonna be filled in with, I'm gonna pick the color picker one more time and pick like a darker purple, or excuse me, a darker brown. And we're just gonna do the square for the chocolate. Do you guys like dark chocolate, or are you definitely like milk or white chocolate? Let Callie know. She's great at talking to you guys. Like so. And I'm gonna send that down. Oh, just kidding. Down 2 layers. So then we bring those other layers back, it looks sort of like that. And when you're zoomed out, you can tell that that's chocolate. So group that together. Might go back in and add a little bit of shine to it with some lighter colors, but have a couple pieces of dark chocolate all over. I think I want to add like a strawberry or something red within here, but to finish out the animation, like I'll have all of these foods moving around at the bottom, but to finish out the animation, I think I would have some text. It just says eat healthy. And just write that out. Oh, sorry, took that away from you guys. And this is obviously not the best handwriting you've ever seen. My apologies. We will have a text feature coming soon. Our developers are working hard on that right now. So make sure that you stay tuned for that. It's coming. You guys will have that within the next couple of months for sure. So I just wrote the word eat healthy. It's not great, but I would maybe write resolutions at the top as if it's a list, and then put number 1, eat healthy, and have all of our foods moving around, that kind of thing. Animation wise, it's super simple. Once you've created your food, you can click on an item. I think rotate is my favorite just because those little movements make a big difference, in my opinion. Especially in like GIFs, it's simple motion, so it's great. Let's see. We'll have our lemon scale a little bit for us. Actually really like that. We can have our broccoli rotate so it goes upright. And then from there, we'll click right where it went, stopped upright, and we'll have it jump up and down. Good with me. And we could have our nuts do a lot of different things with cashews, almonds, hazelnuts. We could have them, you know, move in a circle, kind of chaotic. I think what I would do is if I were keeping this background white, which I might actually do, is I would have little white circles that like appear on the chocolate to look like there's a bite out of it. So if I take like that, like so, as if that's a bite mark, group that together. We'll get rid of that picture. We'll just completely move it out of frame. What I would have happen is I would make that piece of chocolate bigger, and I would have those bite marks be bigger as well. And what we're gonna do is have that appear. So we'll have that happen at, say, the 1 point mark. And then after that, let's group those two together. Oh, do you have a question?
Oh, no, I was just shifting.
Oh, okay. We'll group those two together. Once that visibility came up with the bite mark, we'll have both of them rotate. Just kidding. We're gonna recreate that rotate and have it go like that. Okay. So I would actually want those bite marks to show up sooner. So we're gonna change that, recreate that visibility. Have that come up there. And then click on that grouping and move it around there. Oh, sugar plum. So this little animation, when we play it all together, and they're really small right now, so you won't see a lot of huge motion, but it used the visibility, the rotation, the movement, and the scaling, which are all of our animating features right now. So visibility is one of Erica's favorites. She's one of our interns and she's on vacation, but she'll be with us tomorrow on the live stream. You could just have this flash. So then and you could see, sorry, I meant to use that to show you guys all of our different animating tools: visibility, move, rotate, and scale. So let's say we really like that flashing, eat healthy. We have the bite in our chocolate. We have our scaling. I like that a lot. And what I originally wanted to do was have this all in a group where there's motion, but then repeat the group and mirror it, and then have like fruits and vegetables falling in the background. So we'll see if I'm able to complete that. That's a lot of detailed work. But yeah, that's what I have in store for this dodl. And as always, to export, I haven't updated this, so that's why this will look a little bit weird. But if you swipe up on your main menu, you go to the little paper airplane. This one is supposed to say GIF, and this one is supposed to say video. I just need to update my app. It's just a little bit old. But then you would click share. So video is on the left, GIF is on the right. And then it'll start to render. It'll take like 30 seconds or less. This one's fine. And I'm going to push cancel, but then you would just save it to your camera roll. All right. Do you guys have any questions for me about Dodles, about the app? This is how you go into your gallery to see all the ones that you've been working on. You've seen almost all of these from us. There's Buddy the Elf one. Started trying to make my own OC. She's not great, but I'm working on her. I made one like this yesterday for New Year's, so you guys get a sneak peek if it'll load for me. So we've got the champagne glasses tilting. We've got champagne that pops. So that one's not like really complex, but it's a fun dodl for New Year's Eve. And Callie and I are working on some more. So I will put up a question box in the Instagram story. Let us know what your New Year's resolutions are, what your plans for New Year's are, and we will talk about that on the live stream tomorrow. So that is all that I have for you guys today. If you are currently making dodls and you want to share them on Instagram, be sure to use the hashtag dodls, and we will share what you post and put it up in our Instagram story so our followers can see your cool animations. If you are on social media, we have a Facebook group, so go to Facebook and search Dodles Community. It's a place for creatives and artists to share their work, promote their platforms, and share their animations. So be sure to join them if you're on Facebook. We also have a YouTube channel where these live streams go up a little bit edited from Instagram over to YouTube. So if you want to watch one of these tutorials again, go to our YouTube channel. You can search for dodl.es, and you can search it with the word how to or animate. You should find our channel, so like and subscribe. And as always, if you guys are having questions, comments, concerns, issues getting access to the beta or issues within the app, feel free to shoot us a direct message, a DM, or you can send us an email at chat@dodl.es. And you can actually email us directly from our profile. If you, after the bio, there's a strip that says email, you can send us an email. So we'd love to hear from you about that stuff. But that is all we have. We'll be back again tomorrow, and we will patch Erica in from Florida. We'll talk about New Year's resolutions.